that you and I arranged a heart-to-heart.
It's animated awesomeness with a well-rounded accent. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 British voice actor performances in film.
And you're doing a marvellous job of it.
Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more great content.
For this list, we're celebrating the best and most memorable voice performances from some of the UK's finest actors.
Feet be changed. Mend the bond. What does that mean?
We're focusing on feature-length and short films today, but watch this space for a TV top 10 soon. Number 10, Helen Mirren as Dean Hardscrabble, Monsters University. Mirren is no stranger to voice work, having lent her talents to characters in The Snow Queen, The Prince of Egypt, and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But her best work comes in this Monsters Inc. prequel, as the embittered dean of the eponymous Monsters University.
Scariness is the true measure of a monster. If you're not scary, what kind of a monster are you?
Mirren's top of the class with a tough-as-nails character and a dry sense of humour, for a performance that stands out even in Pixar's wonderfully imaginative animated world.
You're a disgrace to this university. And your family name.
Number 9, Minnie Driver as Jane Porter, Tarzan. The cast for Disney's Tarzan boasts several British actors, including Brian Blessed as Clayton, but Minnie Driver's is the pivotal performance, playing one half of an unconventional romance.
Put me down! Put me down! No, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up!
Driver brings a charmingly goofy British quality to Jane, making her a bright and emotional, intelligent character, but someone who's also clearly confused by her jungle surroundings.
I'm in a tree with a man who talks to monkeys.
Tarzan's a man of few words, but she's vital in developing their relationship, which unfolds with a classic Phil Collins soundtrack. Number 8, Patrick Stewart as Lord Yupa, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Patrick Stewart's voice performances range from family-friendly films like The Emoji Movie to more risque roles like Avery Bullock in American Dad. But his work on the English dub of Hayao Miyazaki's anime classic Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind ranks highest of all.
Lord Yupa!
Nausicaa, I didn't recognize you.
Stewart's commanding voice is a perfect match as the mentor to the titular heroine Nausicaa, making this a dub that's really worth seeking out.
Nausicaa, what are you doing here? This chamber is filled with toxic plants.
In fact, this voice role was a little easier than most, considering the character's ridiculous mustache.
While I was traveling, I heard a frightening rumor. It was said that a monster from the old world was unearthed from deep beneath the city of Pegite.
Number 7, Kelly Macdonald as Merida, Brave. With the likes of Billy Connolly and Robbie Coltrane in the supporting cast, Brave certainly isn't lacking for authentic Scottish charm.
That scaffy witch gave me a gammy spell.
But Trainspotting star Kelly Macdonald is the real key to this movie, bringing to life the adventurous and fiercely independent lead, Merida.
Shut it!
Imbuing the role with an adolescent fire and proto-feminist ideals, Macdonald helps Merida to break away from the classic Disney princesses, creating an animated heroine for the contemporary world, and turning archery into an essential hobby for a whole new generation.
I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dunbrog, and I'll be shooting for my own hand.
Number 6, James McAvoy as Arthur, Arthur Christmas. McAvoy starred in 2 animated films in 2011, the other being Romeo and Juliet, but this Christmas adventure was a cut above.
What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations? Tips and lighters!
As the naive and optimistic youngest son of Santa Claus, McAvoy fills the role of Arthur with a childlike sense of joy and passion for the holiday, making his quest to deliver a forgotten present that much more personal for him.
I'll walk home, I'll get a boat, but I am never getting back in that crazy flying death trap ever again!
Ably supported by a cast full of British talent including Hugh Laurie and Jim Broadbent, McAvoy leads a seasonal spectacular.
And yes, do believe in Santa. He is real. He's the greatest man ever.
Number 5, Jennifer Saunders as the fairy godmother, Shrek 2. Playing the unexpected villain in the first Shrek sequel, Jennifer Saunders is clearly having a ball.
You see, ogres don't live happily ever after.
The absolutely fabulous star sparkles as the malicious fairy godmother, making the role her own and nailing that now famous performance of holding out for a hero. Bonnie Tyler, eat your heart out.
big fella. Let's crash this party.
Switching between seething fury and patronising sweetness, and balancing her character's unhealthy fondness for food, Saunders is perhaps the finest adversary in the entire Shrek series.
But I love her.
If you really love her, you'll let her go.
Number 4, Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts, Beauty and the Beast. A legendary star of stage and screen, Lansbury may have interacted with animated Disney characters way back in 1971 for Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but it took until 1991 for her to become one herself.
How would you like a nice spot of tea, sir? It'll warm you up in no time.
As the kind and motherly anthropomorphic teapot, Lansbury brings a warm presence to a Disney classic, as well as her considerable Broadway chops.
There may be something there that wasn't there before.
Her performance of the film's title song helps to define its most iconic scene, and cements Lansbury's legacy as a truly multi-talented performer. She's a showstopper and then some.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Number 3, Liam Neeson as Good Cop Bad Cop, The Lego Movie. This Northern Irish actor is best known for serious roles, but he lightens up for this laugh-a-minute cameo.
Hi, buddy. I'm your friendly neighborhood police officer. Would you like a glass of water?
Yeah, actually.
Too bad.
Portraying both sides of a split-personality police officer, Neeson delivers a performance that is equal part threatening, hilarious, and even quite tragic.
Of course, sir.
No, I don't want to.
You have to. I don't want to. Would you please be quiet?
I can't.
You must.
But they...
Shut it.
It's not nice.
It's your job, man.
He playfully parodies his own stereotype, upping his gruff and angry side made famous by films like Taken, before finding a very funny flip side.
I hope there's still a good cop in me somewhere.
I'll hold these guys off. You go stop them. Yay!
Emmett's bemused and a tiny bit terrified. Number 2, Peter Sallis as Wallace, the Wallace and Gromit series. When you think British animated icon, it's impossible to look past this cheese-loving inventor and his faithful dog.
Gromit, that's it, cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
Peter Sallis started voicing Wallace back when the character's first adventure, A Grand Day Out, was still just a hopeful project for then film student Nick Park. But Sallis saw Wallace rise to stardom throughout the 90s and noughties, voicing him for 4 shorts, a feature film, and various side projects.
I know you're doing this for my own good, but the fact is, I'm just crackers about cheese.
The actor sadly passed away in 2017, but his work with Wallace will always be remembered for its cracking comic timing.
Well done, we did it, ha ha!
Number 1, Jeremy Irons as Scar, the Lion King. Playing one of animation's most iconic villains, it's all but impossible to hear this guy's voice and not think of this treacherous lion.
Ooh, I quiver with fear.
A leading movie in Disney's Renaissance, The Lion King also features a funny and flustered turn by Rowan Atkinson as Zazu. But we had to back the baddie, with Irons proving a scary scene stealer as the delectably evil Scar.
Long live the king.
Combining cruel and clever quips with a genuinely deadly streak and a wickedly dry sense of humour, this remains one of Irons' best ever roles. It's no wonder the Pride Lands were petrified.
Be prepared.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.